A charity is launching a drive for more volunteers to help operate non-emergency transport for patients across our region. Voluntary Norfolk need the drivers to take patients to hospitals like Queen Elizabeth's in Kings Lynn, Adam Brooks in Cambridge, and the Norfolk and Norwich, and the James Paget Hospitals in Great Yarmouth. Ian Whiting is from Voluntary Norfolk. Ian, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us why you need the volunteers.
Good afternoon, Louise. Yes, we are really keen to get more volunteers on board because there is a huge demand for non-emergency patient transport throughout East Anglia. And we need new volunteers who have their own vehicles to help us get patients to those non-emergency appointments at hospitals, as you said, across Norfolk, Suffolk and Cambridgeshire, for outpatient appointments and regular treatments for things like kidney dialysis and cancer. So some really critical transport that's needed.
So is it just, I say just like it's vital, is it purely driving people around, or would you like it if we had any kind of first aid or medical knowledge? Is it literally just to get people from A to B and be able to help them into the car and out again?
It is predominantly a transport role, Louise. It's getting people from A to B, getting them to their appointments, but it's also just giving them that extra support and reassurance.
Bit of TLC.
These patients are sort of having, the patients are having difficult times, and the extra support that the volunteers can give is crucial. We do give full training before anyone starts with us, and that does include emergency first aid training. But we're not training our volunteers to be paramedics, but they will be given some basic skills, so they've got everything they need to fulfil the role safely, basically.
So I know we've got a team of amazing listeners that listen to the afternoon show, and lots of people already do volunteering. Give me an idea of the time commitment so that people who I know will be now jumping on the phone to sign up know. Can you do one day a week? Does it have to be X amount of hours? Is it ad hoc? How does it work?
Yeah, so we've got a terrific team of volunteers with us already. We've got approximately 50 active volunteers around the county at the moment. And we're really happy for any time that somebody can commit. If they've got a few hours a week, that will make a real difference. It will get people to appointments, and it will take pressure off ambulances, taxis and other transport means. So, if someone's available, the service actually operates Monday to Saturday. Volunteers on the road anytime from sort of 6 in the morning until 10 in the evening. And if they could give us a few hours of time, then we can usually, we'll have a chat, and we can usually find an arrangement that works for each party, really, because some people maybe like to be up early in the morning at 5 o'clock and out on the road. Others perhaps have an evening available. And we also have volunteers, some who work full time and help us in an evening or at the weekends on a Saturday. So, there's a huge scope there. If somebody has got a few hours, then I would really encourage them to pick up the phone and get in touch.
Ian, you mentioned how important this is for the people that will be being transported, and that element of TLC on the journey. But I can imagine actually your volunteers get a heck of a lot out of it as well.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely a two-way process. As you say, we're providing transport for patients who perhaps don't drive, don't have their own means of getting to the hospital, perhaps don't have a friend or neighbour who can take them. So what the volunteers give is crucial for the patient, but it's two-sided. And for the volunteers themselves, they get an amazing amount out of this. The sort of comments we get is, I feel like I'm putting something back into the community. I'm just helping make somebody's life a little bit easier. And I mean, I've got a comment here from somebody who's joined us in recent time, and they say the volunteer role has been fabulous. I get to meet and talk to people from all walks of life who often have just the most amazing life stories to share. The other huge bonus for me is it has been as being new to the area, it has taken me to places I would never know existed, and shown me how beautiful the county is. And just following on from that, another comment. If you enjoy driving and you have some time to spare, then I recommend the non-emergency transport service. I get huge satisfaction from knowing that I've helped somebody get to their appointment on time. with the slight caveat there of A47 traffic dependent.
Brilliant.
So our volunteers, they do it with a smile on their face. They take the rough with the smooth. There's sometimes little challenges thrown at them, but the overwhelming message is our volunteers, once they start doing this role, they tend to enjoy it and stick with us. I mean, we have got one who's been our longest serving volunteer, has been doing this role for 34 years. And of the other volunteers, half of our active volunteers have done at least 5 years with us. So it is a role which, once people start, they sort of get the hook, and they do certainly build up some really good rapport with the patients which they take. They will often be transporting the same patient on a regular basis, and that's of huge benefit to both parties, really. It helps things run smoothly, and whilst the patient is going through difficult times, perhaps, it just makes the whole day a little bit more enjoyable for them, just to know they've got somebody there supporting, listening to them, and just looking after them, making sure they have a safe experience.
So give us the all-important details. How do we get in touch with Voluntary Norfolk?
Yes, so we're Voluntary Norfolk. My name's Ian Whiting. I'm the volunteer coordinator. If anyone is interested in the role, I'd love to hear from them. They can email me, ian.whiting@voluntarynorfolk.org.uk, or they can call me on my phone, which is 07918 561 732. A couple of other contacts. They can look at the Voluntary Norfolk website. We're voluntarynorfolk.org.uk. Or finally, if you are interested in being a volunteer driver, or any other volunteer for that matter, you can go onto the Get Involved website, and that's getinvolvednorfolk.org.uk, and you will see hundreds of volunteer roles, and hopefully you'll find something to match your skills and your wishes.
Ian, I'm actually going to get in touch with someone who got in touch with me in the run-up to Christmas because he really wanted to volunteer. He said, I won't be doing anything at Christmas. There's loads of places where I can be useful. And he was really struggling to get matched with someone. So I'm going to just drop him an email and let him know about this because it sounds right up his street. So do let us know if you get an influx of wonderful people joining you because we do have a very kind listenership on the afternoon show. Ian, thank you very much. Ian Whiting from Voluntary Norfolk. Do get in touch if you can.